one of the things that I would really want to point out is that Kenya is facing a lot of challenges, and all countries do. But more specifically, I would like to see an economy, a country that is growing and generating jobs for the people of Kenya, especially the young people, because our demographics show that we now have 80% of our population being 35 years and below. So this is definitely something that we all must get concerned with. And therefore, we need to have a country where systems work, where the economy is able to deal with this changing demographic structure. I would like to be able to see a country where there's genuine respect for constitutionalism and the rule of law. I would like to see a country where services and like health are offered to the people, and people live with dignity. And I believe that this is a challenge that our country is facing now. We are seeing a country where the public debt has now hit 60% of GDP. That means we are going to have serious problems going forward in terms of budgeting for things that really matter. Because constitutionally, when you have such a huge public debt, then as you collect your revenue as a nation, it's all going to debt repayment. So this is something that has now come to haunt us. And it needs men of serious goodwill, men and women of serious goodwill.
Integrity.
And integrity.
Character.
And character to come forward and start shaping the future. Because if we allow states to continue on that track, even the best of states, particularly on our continent, would quickly degenerate into a failed state. And we don't want failed states. We are having our challenges in the East African region. The good lady has just talked about Boko Haram. We have been living with the Al-Shabaab menace for a very long time. And we have seen the kind of damage they can do, because any failed state around you becomes a heaven for terrorism to thrive. So Kenya needs to be taken seriously, and the leadership there needs to become more serious than we have seen. So broadly, this is the kind of thing that I look at. But Shaka, if you don't mind, let me just go back a little bit to this issue of the election. I did say that we are not yet out of the woods. There's also a new phenomena, because election management in countries sometimes involves partnership with international entities who come in maybe to deal with technology-related aspects. They come in maybe to handle certain data related to election. Some of them come purely for commercial reasons. And some come in, and because of the appetite for the reward they will get, they become accomplices in manipulating election results, and therefore subverting democratic practices in countries, and therefore getting people to lose faith in their electoral processes. So these are challenges that, again, we need to resolve. As I said, Kenya has had its challenges, and we saw an IEBC, an independent electoral body, that is now suffering from a very serious credibility crisis.
Right.
Commissioners resigned. To date, it has not been properly constituted. Now, as much as Kenya may pride itself in having been living up to election processes religiously, we must now interrogate the institutions that partner with us in this process of electioneering.